Have you heard the latest? There's talk of creating conflict-free case management in the intellectual and developmental disability services system.
Wait a minute. Haven't we had this conversation before?
Probably. Conflict of interest has been discussed in Colorado for more than 30 years. Sort of like complaining about the weather, but no one does anything about it.
Really? Could it simply be a solution in search of a problem?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, perhaps our system might be better off if we focused our limited time and resources on meeting the needs of the individuals we are serving. Not on addressing phantom issues like conflict-free anything.
Huh. Tell me more.
Above all else, our future must start with principled thinking and exceptional design. Top priorities, which are not negotiable, will include person-centered thinking, personal and informed choice, and local controls. Then, we use technologies to advance these set principles.
What happens to conflict-free case management?
The issue simply goes away. Eligibility determination, individual assessment, and individual planning would be advanced by technology to ensure control is maintained as close to the individual as possible. For example, there are providers who are already doing this by using software for individual provider selection and service selection, so we know it is possible. Meanwhile, the role of case manager should be taken apart, and pieces moved as close to the individual as possible. Not only does this meet our top priorities, it moves the discussion of conflict into its proper place in history.
Some are suggesting that the way to deal with conflict-free case management is to move long-term life planning away from the individual, putting the planning in the hands of a disinterested party. Some are even suggesting adding third and even fourth level removed people to ensure the adequate oversight that can identify conflict, if it ever happens.
Am I the only one that finds this absurd? There are legitimate reasons not to have too many individuals involved in any person's life. And what about the additional costs?
Well, at least it would create more government jobs. I guess I'm getting the sense you don't think conflict-free case management is an issue we should be worrying about.
You think? I don't worry about rotary phones, or VHS and beta tapes anymore either. I think we need to worry about what the future will look like for some of our most vulnerable citizens. We need a system that is as intuitive as walking into a grocery store. The system should be less expensive than the current one.
And you don't think this is the direction we are heading?
No, I do not. We have many government-formed committees out there right now that are tasked with planning the future of our system of human services. The makeup of the committees includes people rich in experience. Special caring people who have a strong focus on the past, bless their hearts. Shouldn't the preponderance of the committees include people who have a strong perspective on the technologies available today? And the ability to engage with those technologies? To say nothing of the technologies available 10 and 20 years from now. I mean, the stories are great, but we are building a system for 2025 and beyond.
You mean like that blogger who writes this website? Isn't he a member of the committees?
That is exactly the kind of person I am talking about. Can you really pay any attention to him? I mean, his stories are great, but does he know what will happen in 2025? Unlikely. Then again, what do I know?